Hello, 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 hello. Let's begin without any further ado. It's been a while since I've sculpted a female, so why not? And yeah, I don't know when was the time that I announced that I'll be live every Friday, but I think I stream way more often now, which is a good thing. I like streaming. Previously, the problem was I did not stream as much. Now the problem is I stream too much, but yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I like streaming. Streaming is seriously, it's the easiest content ever. Plus, it's a great excuse for me to practice whatever I've been wanting to practice for a while. Now, I know I haven't been practicing females, I haven't sculpted a female head in a while. I do some critiques here and there, but I haven't really sculpted one. So, stream is a great opportunity for me to try things out. Not try things out, but do the things that I've been delaying for a while. Hello, Shizuma. Always the first person to join. How do you do this? Do you have a camera or something installed at my home? How are you always first, man? Yeah. Yep. Always appreciate you, man. So, how is your Friday going? How's your weekend going? Initially, a very big concern of mine was always, oh, I need to practice everything. I need to keep practicing. I need to have a schedule where I practice a female every day and I practice an anatomy every day. Otherwise, I'll forget this, I'll forget that. This will happen, that will happen. And that is true. That is true. That you will forget things that you haven't been practicing for a while. But the way you tackle this is just normalize it. Just realize that yes, this will happen. You cannot remember everything. And it is absolutely okay if you made some progress, then forgot something, and you have to go back to your notes and revise some things. It is absolutely normal. It happens to doctors, it happens to everyone. It happens to students. Even when we were in school, our favorite, I don't know, subject or favorite topic, if we don't read it for a while, we will forget it. The same thing goes for anatomy. You will forget things. You will have to go back, memorize your notes, and it is absolutely normal. So instead of stressing about it, just accept it. Whenever you realize, oh yeah, I made a new female head. It doesn't look as nice as before. Yeah, just go ahead, rewatch your courses, rewatch your source materials or the notes that you made. It is absolutely normal. Don't mind me just procrastinating. Oh, bro. Hi, I'd like to say thank you for your tutorials. They're so easy to follow and really helped with my blending. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Do you saw Discord? I think I did, but I didn't read through. I'll check it out after the stream. I'm extremely sorry, bro, because I do see messages and then I forget to reply, or I just see, oh wow, this is something that I need to take my time with because I don't want to rush through it, and I will reply later and then I forget. So, yeah, sorry. This has always been such a bad habit of mine. Even on WhatsApp, my family, my friends, everyone, bro. I just tell them that, bro, if there's anything, just call me because I'm extremely bad at texts. Extremely bad. I sometimes open up a message, it gives them the blue tick, and then I forget replying. And the other person thinks I'm mad at them or something. I'm not mad, bro. I just forgot. No worries. Yeah, yes. Sorry about that, man. I'll check it out after the stream. Is it something urgent? By the way, I remember my first mobile phone was about the post I made on your Blender Sculptor Pro School. Oh, yes, I did see that you made your completed course reviews there. Thank you for doing that. It really helps me out. You know, the way it helps me out is that I can put things here, be like, yeah, see, this person got this result, this person got this result. It helps me build social proof. It helps me encourage other people, not peoples, so that they know, bro, that when I say that you don't need to remember every muscle and bone, you just need to remember a few things, and anatomy is not as difficult as it is put out to be. You don't have to remember the name of the bones and muscles. And people are like, what? How can this be possible? Everyone is teaching name of the bones and muscles. Sock, you're lying. It helps me convince them that, yeah, bro, if you don't want to listen, just look at these people who have gotten results. Look at their results. And yeah, bro, it does not come as a surprise that later the kind of results that we produce in our community, 11 days, 14 days, 20 days, 22 days, all of them beginners. This is where they started. This is where they end up. Look at this. This is where he started. This is where he ended up. 22 days. The only way you get result this quick is when you focus on what actually moves the needle. And that is not the name of the bones and muscles. How does me knowing that the neck muscle is called sternocleidomastoid help me sculpt better? It does not. You know, this is so common in any form of art. The best musicians that I've met, okay, my musician friends, the best ones that I've met, they don't know what the music theory is, they don't know what this or that is, they just have a natural sense of it. They just learn how to play the guitar like a retard without worrying about theory and whatever. And yeah, it does help, yes. I'm not saying that it is absolutely trash. No, it is not. But only a bit of it is actually helpful. That is where the 80-20 principle comes into play. The 80-20 principle tells you that only 20% of your efforts will produce 80% results, and vice versa. So the fastest way to learn anything, is to just focus on the 20% that is going to give you 80% result. And if you do just that, you will improve at such a speed. People are going to be like, what? You just started a month ago, bro. How did you make so much progress? Well, I found Ishaq Sculpt on YouTube. And I followed his tutorials and I bought one of his courses. That is how. Oh, best. You just joined my free 1-month head sculpting challenge. Any plans for a YouTube leg tutorial? Maybe, bro. I'm not sure. I might. I mean, eventually I will. But when? I'm not sure. I'm planning on making a few mindset videos, some healthy practice videos. I feel like I've made enough tutorials. I have a course. I teach everything inside there. I cannot teach it any better than the way I put out in that course. And yeah, I think I want to talk more about things like which I'm talking about right now, the 80-20 principle, about being, about what actually moves the needle, things that don't, common practices that people mess up with. I think these things they need more education on. The first book I made on Blender Sculptor Pro is the Noob's Anatomy Guide, and it talk about exactly what you just said. I illustrated what I was able to do thanks to this course, which was an excellent starting point. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I apologize once again. I haven't been able to check it out, but I will definitely right after this stream. Pinky promise. And yeah, that is also the exact reason why I make courses in the first place. When I was learning this stuff, I was so confused. I was so lost. And when I did learn, I was like, bro, what the hell? I didn't have to go through all this shit. It was actually much easier. So this channel is my attempt to make the same path that I took easier for a younger me. That is the whole philosophy, the whole reason why I make content, why I make courses, why I made this channel. I just want to make the entire journey easier. Aha, don't worry, don't worry. When you read it, what I wrote to you on Discord, you will see that it's in the line with what you just said. Sure thing, man. And yes, thank you for making the post. I appreciate it. You know, the good thing about making a post is that not only does it help me, but it also inspires other people. When we give feedback to each other, giving feedback is such a great way to learn yourself, because not only are you helping the other person, but you are also reinforcing your own concepts. So let's say if I tell someone, hey bro, don't try to fix the proportions before moving to the next stage, okay? Don't go super high poly before you have the low poly fixed, before you're happy with the low poly. Now, if I give this advice to someone, the next time that I'm sculpting, it's gonna be on the forefront of my brain. So when I'm sculpting, I'm gonna be conscious of that thing myself. And someone is try remembering the name of the bones and the muscles. Yeah, bro. And when you give him advice, hey, don't do this, bro. This is gonna slow down your progress. The next time you find yourself doing the same thing, it's gonna be on the forefront of your own mind, and it actually helps you out. So giving feedback to others is a great way to reinforce what you've learned and to remember it. When are we gonna get dinosaur sculpt? Not sure, man. If you can find me a humanoid that has some human elements and a dinosaur elements, maybe we can sculpt a dino. But a dino specifically, I don't think so. If anyone wants to watch a dino sculpt specifically, just go to Opalescence 3D. He does it better than I ever can. Lizard people from Skyrim. Thank you for the shout out. Of course, man. You could sculpt an Argonian. Argonian? What's an Argonian? I haven't played the Skyrim game. I just sculpted, Googled lizard people, lol, and that's how the race is called. Oh, it's an actual race. Lizard people? I thought lizard people could be a term for people who have lizard brains or reptile brains or just brain rotted people. They can be lizard people. All right, so far so good. Let's work on the eyes. The eyes, oh, bro, they're always the most intimidating part for me to sculpt. I think before that, we can sculpt the ears just to delay them a bit. But also because later, this is going to be extremely high poly and I don't want to sculpt it then. It's better to sculpt it right now. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain in the ass. I love how now whenever someone says pain in the, you autofill the rest of the words. It's always in the ass. The pain is always in the ass. It's never in the heart, never in the head. It's never a headache. It's an ass ache for some reason. Always. So whenever someone says pain in the next words are autofilled. It's always in the ass. Why does the ass hurt so much, bro? That is a super weird question, but generally, why is it always the ass? Why is it only the ass that hurts? Sculpt Jerry next. Oh, bro, we have to find a reference for it first. Maybe oh yeah, I think, why I named it Jerry? That is because I love the series Rick and Morty. And Jerry was the perfect example of what you don't want to be, what no one in the family ever wants to be. So yeah, I think Jerry would be a good name for the person that we make fun of on the channel. And yeah, I think we can do that. I did sculpt a Rick back in the day, way back when I was still sculpting low poly stuff. I did sculpt a Rick Sanchez back then. Why not? Oh, by the way, that Rick actually turned out much better than I expected. Let me show you guys. Rick Sanchez. It should be here. Ah, here we have it. Rick Sanchez. Wobble dub dub. Yeah, bro, I just love this season so much. Yeah, this is an old project. How did I rig this? Yeah, I think I did this in Mixamo. I just decimated the whole thing. I brought it to Mixamo. I was still figuring out how does the remesher in Blender works. I remember I couldn't figure out why when I remeshed the jacket it had holes in it. I couldn't find a work around to this. How long was this? 3 years ago. Yeah, this was 3 years ago. I remember that I wasn't aware of ChatGPT. Maybe it was a thing back then, but I'm not sure. I wasn't really aware of it. And now ChatGPT is such a blessing, bro. If I have this problem, I can just go to ChatGPT, be like, hey, ChatGPT, whenever I try to remesh this jacket of Rick Sanchez that I'm sculpting in Blender, he has holes in it. How do I fix this? And ChatGPT will come up with the perfect solution. AI is such a great tool. And yeah, it's crazy like how many people are in the favor of it, how many people are against it. It's an interesting topic to debate about. I'm at this stance where I feel like, bro, it doesn't matter. It is going to be implemented no matter what you do. It's growing at such a speed that it's hard for it to stop, and it's hard to predict the kind of damages that it can make. Will it take over the world, replace all of the jobs? Don't know, bro. But it is improving and it is growing at such a rate. It is so hard to predict this, to predict what are the repercussions of using AI. I feel like the world that we live in right now, it's just extremely fast. It's super fast. Like imagine back then the technology, just think about it. How slow did the technology back then evolved? How long was it from the radio to go to landline and from landline to go to smartphones? I don't know, it took years, bro. But now it's just a matter of months that we have something new in the market, replacing the older technology. Damn, bro, it's such a fast world now. It's such a fast world. I had this talk with my dad the other day, and I was like, you know, dad, your generation is the best. You guys actually saw all of this change happening. Like, we and the newer generation, we're just going to see improvements in these things. Like, improvement in internet, in computer, improvement in smartphone technology. But they saw it being invented, like, from nothing to a radio, then to a cell phone, from a radio to a landline to the cell phone. They saw all of this happening, which is so cool. They saw the camera being invented, coming out. No one had cameras. Cameras was such an expensive thing. People did not have colored televisions at their home. It was so expensive. But now everything, we have it in our smartphones. Damn, bro. They saw all of this change happening from nothing to the technology that we have now. And I just feel like we're only going to be observing the improvements in the inventions that have happened. Let's mirror this. Why not just using a base mesh? Bro, base mesh, I'm not a fan of base meshes. Unless like you're working for production or you're really short on time. I feel like if you want to learn, if you want to practice, if you want to reinforce your concepts, base mesh does not help. I like to sculpt from scratch. It's just a personal preference. Also, sculpting from scratch just forces me to reinforce the concepts again and again and again and again and again. It's a Jerry move when someone does not understand the fundamentals, he doesn't know the basics, and all he's doing is just sculpting over base meshes. Bro, why? It depends on your goals actually. Like the time that I can imagine myself using a base mesh is that I have a rigged model which I can pose in a certain way and then I can sculpt over it the character that I want. Because yeah, to be honest, sculpting a posed character from scratch, that is such a long process. So I won't go that route. In that case, I will use a base mesh. Or if I have a freelance project where I have to deliver, he doesn't care, bro, if I use a base mesh or not. In that case, I will save my time. I see. Yep. Hi, when did your channel name change and why? Interesting question. So, I've been getting a lot of hate for being an Indian, and I've been getting "Do not redeem the card, sir" comments under my videos. I was like, oh, interesting. So I thought let's just play along with the joke. And also, I think the sculpting brown guy is just a hilarious name. It's hilarious. What do you think? Do you think we should keep this name or should we change it? I still haven't changed all of my handles because I have made a lot of posts. I don't know, bro, the things that I've done to promote my channel. Every link I have everywhere is on the previous handle. So yeah, it's all gonna go to waste. I don't know the things that I have to check, not check. It's gonna be a mess if I change the actual handle. I just kept this name just to see how does it goes, if it sticks or not. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you like the new name? You might be taken less seriously because of the name, though. Yeah, that is true. We'll see, bro. I feel like name is something that is never that important. It's always about the message that you deliver. So someone might assume, oh wow, the sculpting brown guy, what a joke. And then he comes to my channel. Then he actually listens to the things that I talk about. He's like, interesting. Yeah, he's a brown guy, but he knows what he's talking about. That can have a better impression. You know, when you expect a certain thing to be a certain way, but it actually exceeds your expectation, it is actually a plus. I was reading this the other day, and it was like, why do bald guys are more attractive? There was a study about this. The reason bald guys are they come out as being more attractive is because initially you don't expect much of them. Initially, you're like, oh yeah, he's just a bald guy. But when he's an accomplished bald guy, or when he's a bit funny or whatever, yeah, then you have a better impression of that guy. The impression of that guy sticks with you. Yeah, Andrew Tate, he's been bald, right? But he's made a huge impact. Same thing goes for actors, wrestlers. Initially, they're just bald guys, but if a fighter really fights well, he stands out. It's just a psychological thing. I don't know, bro. It was a study that I was reading, but it was a fun analysis. It's like imagine that there's a nerd in your class, right? And then everyone is arm wrestling. No one cares about the nerd, bro. But when that nerd now starts beating everyone in the arm wrestling competition you're having in your class. Yeah, that nerd is gonna be known. Wow, this nerd, bro. So it's that kind of a thing. Yeah, initially they won't take you seriously, but if you're credible, yes, you will leave a good impression. How did you come up with the name Jerry? All right, let me tell you. I used to watch a lot of Hamza videos, and he's a self improvement guy. He's helped me a lot with my self improvement journey. He also is the person who I saw and got inspired by to start a YouTube channel. So if it wasn't for that guy, I wouldn't have had this YouTube channel. And on his channel, he has this character called Jeffrey and another character called Adonis. Okay, so Adonis. Adonis is the guy you want to be. Jerry is the guy you don't want to be. And I really like the way how it plays along in his narrative. So whenever he's trying to make a point and he mentions Jeffrey, it automatically indicates someone who's incapable, who's a degenerate, who's not productive, who goofs around, who jokes off, who doesn't is not serious in his life all right. And I thought, yeah, this is pretty interesting. So I was thinking maybe I should have something similar. And I came up with two characters. One is Da Vinci, and the other one is a Jerry. Da Vinci is everything you want to be. Yeah, very original, right? But it does the job, man. It really helps me sell that person that you do not want to be. And funny enough, it has become a big, big, big inside joke inside my community and on my channel. People comment to other people, hey, don't be a Jerry. And it's a great thing, man. So we have this person, this persona that we can just roast the shit out of, and no one would mind. You can be as rude as you want when you're roasting Jerry, and the other person understands. Yeah, we don't want to be Jerry. The reason I named him Jerry was because I used to watch Rick and Morty a lot, and Jerry was the character that no one wants to be ever. So like, yeah, let's just name him Jerry. And initially it took me a lot of explanation. Who is Jerry? Who's Jerry, bro? There was this someone joined my community and he was like, who is this Jerry? Do you mean the Tom and Jerry Jerry, the mouse Jerry? Like, no, that's not Jerry. Jerry is just a person that I like to make fun of. And here's another moment of honesty. When I make fun of Jerry, I'm basically making fun of my younger self. I'm basically roasting myself. Jerry is me. When I was a degenerate, when I was unproductive, when I kept delaying things, when I kept procrastinating, when I wasn't serious about anything at all. When I had this vague idea of that, yeah, I want to be an artist, bro. But I was doing nothing that moved me towards that goal. So when I make fun of Jerry, I'm basically making fun of my younger self. It's all jokes and giggles until a person named Jerry joins the community. Bro, I'm actually waiting for that day because that is gonna be hilarious. I've actually thought about it and I was like, bro, that would be so cool. We need a Jerry in the community, bro. We seriously do. I think so far I've gotten a comment from someone whose name was Jerry, but yeah, we need to have a community member, someone in the gang who is Jerry. That is gonna be hilarious. But yeah, I think that was really genius on Hamza's part. Having a character, having a persona that people can understand It really helps convey the message. Instead of me be saying, "Oh yeah, don't procrastinate," I just say, "Don't be a Jerry, bro." Instead of saying, "Yeah, don't skip around this tutorial," I just say, "Don't be a Jerry, bro." And it works. It works. And yeah, being honest, bro, it really, really makes me happy when I see these things becoming part of our community, being part of the culture surrounding my channel. It's very heartwarming. Yeah, it really makes me happy when I see someone commenting to someone else, "Hey, bro, don't be a Jerry, bro." Peak Jerry behavior. There was this one guy who kept serial hitting me under every video, and yeah, my community or other subscribers, bro, they were just defending me and commenting, "Yeah, this is peak Jerry behavior, bro. You're just being a Jerry. You're hating because you're lazy. You don't want to put the hard work. You haven't even tried this." Yeah, it's it's funny, but it's also pretty very happy. By the way, guys, here's a fun little tip. So when you're making females, at this point where you have a decent face, what you want to try is just use the mask brush. So this is just the mask brush, and just give her a bit of a makeup. And when you do that, you'll have a better understanding whether she's attractive or not. This is because we are so used to seeing females with makeup. It's weird seeing them without it. And a lot of people they say, "Oh, my sculpt, it doesn't look good." And I'm like, "No, bro, this is good. You just haven't added a bit of makeup." Yeah, see, whenever you just paint a bit of makeup, just the lipstick, liner, and eyebrows. Eyebrows is super important for females, not as important for males. I mean, you can even get away with sculpting males and not giving them eyebrows. You can really get away with that. But when it comes to females, no, bro, not at all. So you can see the difference here: with makeup, without makeup, with makeup, without makeup, with makeup, without makeup. It makes such a big difference. So always do this test. Always do a rough makeup pass whenever you're sculpting a female. What is for you the hardest part of the face to sculpt? For me, ears and eyes. Ears is the easiest, bro. I mean, you just need to learn how to make one generic ear. Just use this method to sculpt. Just learn how to make this generic ear. And you can spam this on every sculpt. And yeah, the hardest thing that I find is the eyes. The eyes are the doorway to the soul. And if you get them wrong, your character completely loses life. I talk about the 80-20 principle, that how 20% of what you do is always going to contribute towards 80% of the results. Yeah, ears is the least important, eyes is the most important. I mean, if you have everything right, the face proportions, the basic shapes, the dimensions, everything. If you mess up the shape of the eyes, or if you mess up the eyes, it's not going to look like the character. And you might have seen this test online where they show you part of the celebrity face, and then they just show you, okay, can you guess which eyes belong to which celebrity, which eyes belong to whatever. You're never going to find a test which is about the ears. That is because no one can recognize someone by the ear. If you show me a picture of my mother's ear, I wouldn't be able to recognize it. That is how much ears contribute towards likeness. Not at all. Just learn to sculpt one generic ear, and bro, your problem is solved. How long has it been? How long has this stream been going on for? 49 minutes. Yeah, not bad, man. Do you get freelance to create character for animation, games, or 3D printing, or your income is from YouTube and courses? Yeah, good question, bro. I want to transition from freelancing to YouTube and my courses. So I do YouTube and courses right now, but it's not a full-time thing for me. I want to transition to it. I do get freelance for characters, and I can show you some examples. They are not like what I sculpt here. So this is the kind of characters that I get commissioned for. And I have to model them, I have to retopper them, I have to UV unwrap them, I have to texture them, I have to animate them. I have been working as a freelance 3D artist in mobile game companies for the last 6 years. And in two of the companies, I have been the sole artist there. I was the only artist in the entire team, and I was doing everything from props to characters to modeling to rigging to animation to environments to texturing to UV unwrapping, even sometimes UI work. So I was the only guy. I was the Swiss Army knife of artists in two companies. Yeah, since my experience has always been in mobile games and those kind of assets, that is the kind of freelance that I get. I had initially been freelancing on Upwork and those platforms, but they suck now, bro. I wouldn't recommend anyone to do that. And outside those platforms, finding work is a bit of a challenge. I won't misguide you, it is a bit of a challenge. I've just been fortunate enough that I met the right people. We established long term connections. They found my work to be very impressive. They find me very easy to work with. I can do multiple things for them. And yeah, that is how I've been able to sustain myself. I am extremely grateful for the opportunities. So far, I've only got one gig in actually sculpting this kind of characters, the one that I'm sculpting right now. Otherwise, they've all been like low poly stuff. I've only received so far one commission for these kind of sculpts, realistic sculpts. Otherwise, they had been talks. I've been in talks with companies, but we've never been able to work out a budget. Their budget was too low, my prices were too high, and we did not end up working together. What tablet do you use? Oh, I use the Wacom. Which one was it? Wacom Intuos Art. I think it's the 2018 version. And yeah, if you go look for it, there are going to be many identical Wacom to this. I think they had a Wacom Art, they had Wacom Comic, they had Wacom Draw. All of them was basically the same thing. The only difference was the tool that they gave you with it. So Wacom gave its own drawing software as well, along with these tablets. Though I've never used it ever. Yo, that is crazy. You can do everything in the pipeline. Yes, bro, for 5 years straight, I've been doing everything in the pipeline. And yeah, it's been a crazy experience for me too. I've learned so much. I've learned about things. I've learned workarounds. I've learned things that actually matter, things that actually don't matter. Like, for example, bro, if you talk to a nerd about retopology, he's going to be like, oh, you need to have all perfect quads, bro. It needs to be this. You need to have these rings. You need to have this and that. Not true, bro. As long as you make something that is functional, it is absolutely fine. No one cares what the topology looks like. No one cares what the flow of the mesh or whatever is. No one cares. No one cares, bro. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and look at the AAA title God of War and look at the Kratos model breakdown. It's available on YouTube, and you can see the kind of topology that AAA character has. It's not perfect. It has tries, it has weird topology things. But the thing about that model is that it is functional. It does what it is supposed to do. When was the last time you were playing a video game and you wondered, oh man, I wonder what his topology looks like? Never! As long as Kratos swings his axe well, as long as he fights well, it is absolutely fine. Even in these AAA titles, bro, you're gonna see sometimes you're gonna see things clipping through each other. I don't know, mesh deforming in weird ways. It's all there, bro. It's all there. No one cares. If you look at professional VFX breakdowns, you're going to find that the studios, what they do is they find workarounds. They find quicker ways to do things without them being too prominent. They have broken systems, broken models. It's just that it's not visible to the camera. Yeah, they're broken in the eyes of a Jerry, of a nerd, but to the studio they're like, wow, genius, bro. Nice. You just saved us hours of doing this. This is such a better way to do it. This is what the studios care about, bro. They care about time. As long as it's doing what it's supposed to do, absolutely fine. No one cares. The only reason I made my Retopo course was because I saw my community members struggling with it. I was like, bro, why are you doing it this way? This is so hard. It is actually much simpler. Have you used ZBrush before? Nope, I haven't used ZBrush. I have tried Mudbox though. It was part of our university assignment. So we had to use mud box. That was actually also the first time that I ever sculpted a character, and I fell in love with sculpting. But it's a shame I delayed it for 7 whole years because I thought this is extremely difficult to learn. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what anatomy is, what this is. Oh boy, I have to learn all of these muscles. I have to learn this. I have to learn that. Damn, bro, I cannot. This is so hard. This is so hard. I tried learning it in between many times, but I gave up every time because it was just so difficult. And then I just decided, bro, I don't care. No matter how long does this take, I'm not going to try to expect quick results. I'm just going to do this for 3 months without moaning, without complaining, and then I will decide if this is working or not. And to my surprise, bro, it was actually pretty easy. I just realized that, bro, I've been delaying this longer than it actually took me to learn this. It's not difficult. That is when I made this channel. I made this channel to document this. And I was like, bro, I just want to make this whole thing easier for everyone who wants to learn without overwhelming with anatomical terms. I just realized, bro, we here are artists. We are not doctors. So there's no point remembering the name of the bones and the muscles. Maybe a dumb question. Oh no, bro, nothing's ever a dumb question. Do you need a university degree to learn sculpting? Not at all. Bro, I have a degree in 3D animation and design, and I had to learn sculpting on my own from scratch. My university did not taught me. They just taught me, yeah, this is the software that we use to sculpt this, and here, go ahead, try making a character here. University is a scam. I made a whole video about this. Yeah, it is on the channel. I made a complete video about this, talking about how university is a scam and you do not need a degree to learn anything. You do not need a degree to learn arts, not at all. The quicker way, the better way nowadays is to buy a course or learn from someone who has the experience that you want. Okay, people spend, I don't know, thousands of dollars on their education and learn nothing in the end, whereas they can just spend a few hundreds and learn from the industry professionals, people who have been in the, what do you call it, the trenches. Yes, people who have been in the trenches, they can learn directly from them. It's crazy how affordable art education is, and you do not need to waste thousands of dollars on your education. I don't know, bro. It's extremely bad in the West. People have to take loans to get education. Once they get the loan, once they graduate, they have to go through an internship process. They have to spend I don't know how many months there. And then after 5 years, 4 years, they get to get a job. Which is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. If you go through the self-education route, in 4 years, you can be a master. You can be an absolute beast in whatever area you are interested in. And then no one can say, if you know how to do your job well. No one cares about your degree, bro. I mean, throughout my career, never once have I been asked about my degree. Once. Never. Not even once. Not when I applied for my job, not when I applied for internship. No one cared about my degree. All they cared about, hey, can you do this? This is what we do. I was like, yes, I can do it. Can you show me a sample? Can you show me something similar you've done? Yes, of course. Here it is. Or sometimes I have to do a test for them. Yeah, that is enough. That is enough, bro. Did you remove your courses from ArtStation? Yes, I removed all of my courses from ArtStation and I have compiled them all here. So I have two paid programs. One is the Davinci School, which is a subscription platform. So you join here, you become a member, you get all of my courses here. You also get weekly calls where you can ask me anything. You can get feedback on your sculpts. You can share me your sculpt. I will sculpt it for you. And I will tell you, okay, you need to improve this. This is how I can help you improve. Yeah, this is a community for the serious ones. Okay. The other community is the Blender Sculptor Pro. So if you join this, you get access to all of my courses once again. And yeah, you can see here Alex and his results. Thank you, Alex, for sharing these. I appreciate you, man. And if you go to the classroom section here, you get access to all of these courses once again. And this one is just a single time payment. Okay. The reason that I do not feel like it makes sense to upload my courses separately as individuals is because I know if I do that, people are going to buy the female anatomy course because it's a female. I can see two big reasons. Yeah, I can see two reasons why someone would buy this course first. And it is very tempting. But when you get this bundle, you also get this sequence of things. So I've labeled everything. This is level 1. This is level 2. This is level 3. And once you've completed this, you can either do this course or you can do the stylized anatomy course. Everything is in a sequence. Everything is set out for you. Everything is over here is step by step. In everything, I give you all of the source files. I give you all of the models. I give you exact level how much you need to sculpt before moving on to the next video. The other for example, I show you, you just need to sculpt this much, practice this much, get this down your belt, and then move on to level 2. So this is literally step by step. This is a 7-year-old kid can follow these courses. But the sequence, it really matters because let's say you move on to the female anatomy course, you jump to the female anatomy course. Okay, you open up the female anatomy course, you're going to perform this, you're going to reach face level 4, and then you're going to like, oh bro, this is so hard. The reason it is hard because you, bro, you're being a Jerry. I explained everything about the face over here in depth. Why do I need to repeat myself over here? Okay, I mentioned the things that you need to be careful for females. This is still step by step. People have still skipped around, followed it through, gotten results, but it has been a harder journey for them. And whenever they go to the torso, they have to come back because, bro, female is everything that a male is. It's just about the subtleties. Okay, sculpting a female body is much easier than sculpting a male body because you can see we need to make the muscle groups here, we need to make the cuts here, we need to make the definitions here. In the female, it is everything that a male is, but it is very subtle. It is all about the subtleties here. And if you do not understand this, you do not have a base to sculpt this. So everything over here is a step by step program. This is a proper roadmap for anyone who wants to learn. And yeah, that is why I do not upload them individually. Someone bought the female anatomy course on ArtStation. And he was like, hey, Ishaq, you mentioned that in the female anatomy course, we need some knowledge of anatomy. And I was like, yes, you do. And he was like, okay, can I get a refund? I did not know this. So I want to buy, and I don't want to buy the anatomy. I don't want to buy the anatomy course because if I buy the anatomy course, I have to complete the anatomy course first and then I have to move to the female. This is going to take so long. Can you refund me? And I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. Here's your refund. But I also thought to myself, like, bro, come on. It should take time. What do you expect? Why do you think that this shouldn't take time? This is going to take time. This is the wrong expectation that a lot of people have. And then they are left doubting themselves. Oh, bro, I think I'm stupid or something. I think I'm an idiot or something. No, bro, you're not. This is a skill. This takes time. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks when they start. And you know what happens when you have realistic expectations? This. All of these results are of people who started from scratch. They started as a noob. They all sucked. Okay, you can see this person, his first sculpt, his latest sculpt when he improved within 20 days. Okay, this is my first sculpt. Bro, I sucked. I had to make so many bad sculpts before I got to the point where I am right now. And it took me much longer because, being honest, bro, I didn't have the Sculpting Brown Guy channel to follow. I didn't have anyone who talked about these things, talked about having realistic expectation, talking about best practices. I wish someone had told me back then, bro, that to be a sculptor, you need to observe muscles like an artist and not a doctor. That would have eased my pain so much. Yeah, I don't want anyone else to go through that thing. So, bro, why I just make things easier? I just make things simpler. I have a bit of this no bullshit way of talking, and some people are seriously offended by this. But those who are offended, bro, yeah, I'm helping you when I don't give you any bullshit. I'm actually helping you when I tell you the truth and I don't beat around the bush. I'm actually trying to do you a favor. But you're being a jerry and you don't want to realize it. You want to watch another artist who's sweet talking you into things, and you're never going to get the results that you want because you have unrealistic expectations. What is it that I'm saying wrong when I say, bro, you need to have realistic expectations? You cannot learn this in a month. You cannot learn by, you don't know how to sculpt and you want to make a dream character within a month. That is not going to happen. That can never happen. So you're going to decide to leave my channel and follow someone else who's going to promise that, hey, bro, I can teach you how to do it, which is not possible. This is realistic, bro. This is super realistic. So you can learn how to make good heads within 30 days. Within 30 days. This is very realistic. But if you want to make a dream character within a month, not possible. Full character, not possible. At least, I think at least you need to invest in your learning is 3 months, 3 to 4 months. It is 3 to 4 months. And the best way to learn is to restrict yourself to learn just 1 hour a day. Don't try to learn everything in the same day. I know it's very tempting. You buy a course and you want to learn everything in the same day. Yeah, bro, it is extremely tempting, but it is not the most efficient way of doing it. Because you're going to exhaust yourself. And when you exhaust yourself, you're going to give up. You're going to feel like, bro, this is so hard. I cannot do this. And then you're going to give up, bro. So you just need to make a habit of sculpting every day. Just sculpt for 1 hour, bro. What's stopping you from sculpting just 1 hour a day? Why can't you dedicate 1 hour of your day to something that you are passionate about? I'm not trying to convince you sculpting is fun or sculpting is this or sculpting is that. I know you find sculpting fun. That is why you're on the channel. And if you cannot dedicate 1 hour to something that you are passionate about, how can I help you, bro? How do you expect me to help you? I can make you realize, I can help you setting up a routine. I can help you realize that this is extremely possible, that this is extremely easy to dedicate 1 hour a day to something that you enjoy. But beyond that, bro, I can't come to your home and make you sculpt for an hour a day. I cannot do that. I can hold you accountable if you're part of my community because everyone inside is sculpting. Everyone inside is sharing their progress. And when you see everyone sharing their progress, when you see everyone improving, it just creates such a positive FOMO effect. The same FOMO effect that you feel when you see that all of your friends are buying the latest Call of Duty game and you feel left out. The same thing happens when you surround yourself with like-minded artists. When they are sculpting, bro, you want to sculpt. When they are progressing, you want to progress. That is the power of a community. And I believe that community is going to be the future of education. Not courses, communities. Because they are so powerful, so powerful. Hello, dude. Hello, Mr. Fun Saz. Optimus Draco. I'm really enjoying your course. I have learned a lot. I'm a little bit, but I'm working on it. I'm a little bit. I think you mean you're practicing a little bit every day, which is the good thing to do, which is the right thing to do. You don't have to learn everything in the same day. Just 1 hour a day, but that 1 hour when it compounds over 2 months, 3 months, that is I don't know how many hours, but that is so many hours. There's this really popular quote which says, if you want to travel fast, oh, what was the quote? Ah, shit, I forgot. Yeah, so much for quoting something. I forgot actually. What the hell, bro? Forgot what the quote was actually, bro. But let me tell you. Let me just give you another simpler example. Let's say you want to go somewhere really, really far. You can't run all the way through. Okay? If you try to run all the way, you're gonna get tired. You'll never reach your destination. If you're running all the way, you're gonna die of a stroke. But if you just walk, bro, if we just walk, if we just look around, if we just enjoy the nature that is surrounding you, you reach your destination without even realizing because you were so busy enjoying that journey. If you want to learn this skill, bro, it is about the journey, not about the end result because the end result is never going to be good. I'm not satisfied with my results, and I'm always looking at things that I can improve in, that I can do better. You can never know enough. A person who says he knows everything knows nothing. But an intelligent person, the more he learns, the more he realizes the things that he does not know. And at that point, it's just about the fun of the process, the fun in the learning. If you can enjoy the process, bro, you've got it down. There's no stopping you. Because everyone else is doing it with the expectation of results. But you're just doing it for the sake of fun. You're enjoying, bro. You don't care when the destination arrives. And that way it will arrive sooner than you imagine. I'm a little behind. Dang it. Behind. That's all right, man. There's no pressure. As long as you're putting in the work that you have to every day, it is absolutely fine. If you rush the process, it's gonna be a bullet to your own feet. Dang it. But you're gonna be shooting down at your own toes. Can you give advice on how to deal with frustration? Sure, but frustration of what? What are you frustrated about? We need to figure out what is causing your frustration before we deal with it. Yep, that is it for this stream. Let's look at a few questions. Let's have a bit of a chat and then I'll be leaving. All right. Frustration of not getting the eyes right after so many attempts. Yeah, bro. I mean, the thing you want to do is just try to identify what thing is it that you are struggling with the most. Are you struggling with understanding the fat pads? Now, this is one of the most common things that I see people struggling with. And if that is the problem, I made an additional video about this. Let's go to videos. Yeah, this video. Okay. If you're struggling with the fat pad thing, this video will help you. This has helped a lot of members inside my community as well. So they were struggling with this fat area. So this one does a deeper dive into it. Other than that, just try to identify what is it that you're struggling with. Another advice that I would have for you is try not attempting multiple eyes. Try not going for different eyes every time you practice. Just try to master one sort of eye first, one shape of eye first. Okay. If you go to the 30-day health sculpting challenge, just do the eye module on repeat. Do not try to sculpt any other eye. Just try to repeat that eye. Try to do it with me. And unless you get a similar result, do not move forwards. And yeah, it's gonna take as many attempts as it needs to. I don't know, maybe 20, 25. But the sooner you do it, the sooner you're gonna get it off. The most common issue that I see when people are practicing is that they just count the sculpts that they're making. They're counting, oh, I just made 100 heads, bro, and that still suck. And what I tell them is, bro, don't count the reps, make the reps count. Okay, so what did you learn from that practice? Why did you practice? What was your intention when you were practicing that? What was the area that you realized, okay, I don't know how to make the fat part of the eye, or I'm struggling to make the eyelids of the eye? And just practice that part specifically. Specifically. You should practice with complete intention. That is going to help you out a lot. I finished the head anatomy course, and for the past days, I've been watching your older live sessions while sculpting along with them. Where can I send you my work so you can review it? I review stuff inside my paid program, inside the Davinci School. So I go here, I see what the members are doing, and I give them feedback. So, for example, here Joshua was practicing the heads anatomy course. He shared it. I made a video for him talking about the things that he needs to fix. Now, being honest, bro, I cannot do this inside the 1 month head sculpting challenge because you can see how many posts are here. It's just going to take so much time. So I just make videos, I make pointers on basic things that you can improve. But for specific advice, you can be a member, you can join here. I just hang around here looking at posts and seeing how I can help others improve. I mean, you can post it in the heads 1 month sculpting challenge community, but no promises. I might see it, I might comment, I might not. Bonjour, bonjour, bro. I usually try to figure things out on my own, but I think that's no, not at all, bro. That is the bad way. That is what Jerry does. Okay. And that is what I suffer with as well. I wanted to figure out my own way because I feel like, bro, I don't need these things. I'm just super intelligent. I'm super smart. And it's not the smart thing to do. You know what's easier? Imagine, I want you to imagine, okay? Imagine that we're in a small hut and we want to reach for, I don't know, the food in our hut is running out and we're surrounded by snow all around us. Okay, it's snow falling like crazy, and we have snow, like waist high snow all around us. And we want to get out of the here. So let's say I go out and I try finding a way. I'm digging, I'm shoveling through the snow, and I find a way out. What is easier for you? Is it to follow the path that I laid out for you? Or is it easier for you to pick up your own shovel and try figuring out your own way? You might die doing that. So it's the best thing to do is to just invest in someone else's program. Like for me, I learned most of what I learned from SpeechYard. I bought other courses. The thing I want you to realize here is there's a reason why they say time is money. Okay? And that is very true. Very true. If I try figuring things out on my own, I can. I can figure things out on my own. I know I'm capable to do it. If I bombard my head against something for very long, I'm going to figure it out. But what's so much more convenient for me, what's so much more quicker than me, is that I respect my own time. And the best way that I can learn is I just learn it from someone who's already done it. So about YouTube, I joined Hamza's community. I learned a lot from him. My first coaching ever, my first coaching was from a 14-year-old kid. A 14-year-old kid sat down with me and was lecturing me when I was 27 years old. And the only reason that I invested in his coaching was because he had figured out what I was trying to figure out. And he just helped me do it. I could have figured it out on my own, of course, but it's going to take me long. It's going to cost me. It is going to have a cost. It is going to cost me my time, months of it. Whereas I can just spend, I don't know, $100 an hour to sit with someone and get all of their knowledge, their experience downloaded into my brain. So if you know someone who has already laid out the path for you, just walk his path. It's better for you, bro. It's going to save you your own time. You can save, I don't know, how much? $30, $50, $100. But what is it going to cost you? It is going to cost you months. For me, it was years. Years. Because I was just trying to figure things out on my own. When I saw my video game on sale for $30, I was like, bro, this is the steal. Shut up. Take my money. Take my card. I want to get this video game. But when I saw a course, I had my eyes on Nikolai's SpeechYard's female anatomy course for quite a while. I was still in university when I saw the course for the first time. And I was like, bro, nah, pass. I'm going to save these $30. I don't know what I'm going to buy with this. But I'll figure it out on my own someday. Someday. Yeah, someday. And that day never came until 6 years later. So yeah, you can save those few dollars, but it is going to cost you a lot of your time. Yeah, I think we don't have any more questions. All right, so I will be leaving. For anyone who's interested in courses or program, you can check out these two options. The links are going to be in the description. This one right here is just the courses, so you get them as a bundle. I used to sell them on our station for 47 each, but over here you get a bundle of 5 of these courses for just a fraction of the price, which is 97. So in a way, you're just buying 2 courses and you're getting 3 for free, bro. 3 for free. And this is a complete roadmap. So if you buy this bundle, you don't need to look anywhere else. You have a complete roadmap from beginning from the skull all the way to sculpting female bodies. And then finally we have stylized. You know, stylized anatomy is something that a lot of artists think, oh, I'll just start with stylized anatomy. I'll begin with stylized anatomy. That is a recipe for disaster. And that is because stylization is just a cosmetic stage. The stronger your foundation on the basics, the easier stylization is going to be for you. Yeah, don't skip around. Everything over here is laid out. And if you need these courses, plus you need my personal help, you need feedback from me, you want to join our weekly calls. Inside our weekly calls, the members join, we chit chat, we share our work, we share each other feedback, we get help on anything that you need. Yeah, all of that is available inside the Davinci School. So both of the links are going to be in the description. Go check it out. And yep, with that said, peace out. Goodbye. Thank you so much for answering. Of course, man. Happy to be here. Here's a fist bump. Let me make myself bigger. Yep, yep. Here's a fist bump, bro. Goodbye. Take care and have a great weekend.